So in order to sketch this bad boy, we need to know end behaviors and we need to know the X intercepts. Okay, now end behaviors you guys are going to get pretty good at really fast. Is the degree even or is it odd?
It's even.
It's even. That means we're going to go up, up, or down, down, depending on the leading term, the leading coefficient. What is the sign of that? Positive or negative?
Positive.
It's positive, and that was kind of obvious, so we know we're going to go up, up. And I like to put corners in right here. So I know when I start drawing this, I am going to start right here, and I'm going to end right here. Okay, so my arrows are pointing up. But I don't know if that's what my function looks like, because my function can do this, right? Or it can kind of like bounce off that, go through and through. Again, it could look like that. All right, so how do we know where we cross the x-axis? That's when we have to find our zeros. So we have zeros right here. We're going to find our zeros. So we're going to take this bad boy and set it equal to 0. So the y equals 0. That's how we find x-intercepts. We set the y equal to 0. And then we factor and solve. All right, so let's factor this. So what is that? What can I take out of both? An x to the third. And then I get a 3x minus 4. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now, if I take this guy right here, I can actually factor him some more. Most of the time you would never do this, but I'm doing it for the sake of explanation. Okay, so how many total factors do we have, actually? We have 4. Okay, now all these are the same, so I really only just need to set that equal to 0 once, and that's just 0. And then I set this other one equal to 0, so we got x equals negative 4 over 3. Now, in order to graph that, I need a mixed number. It's easier. We get negative 1. Did I do it wrong?
Yeah.
No.
It's positive.
It's positive. Because
you copied down the 4.
I copied it wrong? Oh, snap, I did. This should not be a negative right there. That should be it should be a negative. It shouldn't be positive. Okay, so that makes this positive. Sorry about that. We add 4 to both sides. That's how you get this 4. And then we would divide both sides by 3. That's how we get 4 with 3. So we get 1 and 1/3. All right, so what are our two zeros? We have 1 at 0. And we have 1 at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We have 1 at 1 and 1/3, which would be right about there, right? Okay, so we know that we're supposed to start up here and right here. So we start up here and we start going down towards our first x-intercept. Now this x-intercept right here, we're supposed to go through, and I know that because of the multiplicity of 0. The multiplicity is a brand new word. Multiplicity just means how many factors does it come from. Here, let's write that down. Multiplicity. How many factors does it come from? That's your question. And then this is what you know about multiplicity. If it's odd, we go through. Even, we bounce. That says bounce, trust me. Okay, so about multiplicity, this is what's important. If we have an odd multiplicity, we go through. If we have an even, we bounce. Okay, look at this 0 right here. It comes from 1, 2, 3. So its multiplicity is 3. Is it odd or even? Is 3 odd or even? Yeah, it's odd. So I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to bounce off of it. I'm going to go through it. So it's going to look something like this. Oops. Okay, but we have to come back around to go through that point. Now, is that point odd or even? All right, so that's our answer.
But how do we know how far it goes down?
If you want to know exactly how far it goes down, we're going to have to plug in one of the x values to get a point. But since we're only sketching, that doesn't matter to me right now.
So
We just have to get a rough
shape.
picture. Yeah, rough shape of what your graph looks like. So there's two important things. There's the end behavior and there's the x-intercepts. Those are important things when you guys are sketching.
How do you know that it did?
Now, the information that I have, I could only draw it like that. I can draw it like this, so it doesn't go down as low. You see my purple line, how it doesn't go down as low? But it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is the end behaviors and our x-intercepts.
say check on the FRQs with the sketch count? With
Yes.
the
Yes. I mean, I let me try to draw a totally different looking one. Okay, like this. That works too. I mean, that kind of looks like it, huh? But what if it did this? What if I drew it like this? Boom, like that. I'm down. You see like how this kind of goes through it, but almost goes straight. Still works though. We have our end behaviors correct and the X intercepts.
When it bounces,